Hey, welcome. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. I hope your week's going great. Today, what I'm going to do is talk about how a brownie can ruin your marriage. So, this week in our Inner Circle Mastermind, we're going to start studying the book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. It's a great book. If you're interested in joining us, go to jeffhaggie.com and you can find out information on the Inner Circle Mastermind. But this is a book that I first read in 2010. And there's a lot of great principles in it that I've tried to implement into my own life that I think everyone will benefit from. So the foreword of this book is written by Tony Robbins, and Tony's well known for saying that your decisions shape your destiny. And he says that in the foreword, and he goes on to say, the future is what you make of it. Little everyday decisions will either take you to the life you desire or disaster by default. So last week, I had the opportunity to sit down with a young couple and talk about the power of compounding. So I shared with them a story, a financial story, and showed them how, in the financial aspect, how compounding works and the power behind it. But today I want to paraphrase a story from Darren's book, The Compound Effect, because I believe it'll hit home a lot more with a lot of you. So previously I've talked a lot about creating your success habits, consistently doing the little things that'll make a big difference in the long run. I've quoted Jeff Olson a lot saying they're the easy things to do, but they're also the easy things not to do. So this story of Darren's shows how small, consistent things over time will make a big difference. He uses three friends, three buddies that grew up together. They've got many similarities, similar salaries, all married, average health, body weight, etc. So the first friend, Larry, he just plods along doing as he's always done. The second friend, Scott, he starts making small, seemingly inconsequential, positive changes in his life. He begins to read 10 pages of a good book a day. He listens to 30 minutes of something instructional or inspirational on his way to work every day. He cuts out 125 calories from his diet every day. No big deal, just something small. Maybe a cup of cereal less, trading a can of soda for water, something that's doable. He also started walking a couple thousand extra steps a day. Not much, no big change, just stuff that anyone can do. Now the third friend, Brad, he makes a few poor choices. He recently bought a new big screen TV so that he can watch more of his favorite shows. He specifically likes the Food Channel because he likes trying the recipes. He installed a bar in his family room and added just one alcoholic drink per week. Nothing crazy. Brad just wants to have a little more fun in his life. So, you take these three friends. At the end of 5 months, there's no perceivable difference between the three of them. At the end of 10 months, we still can't see noticeable changes in any of their lives. It's not until we get to the end of 18 months, when the slightest of changes start to be measurable in the three friends' appearances. But at the end of about month 25, we begin to see some real changes. And by month 31, it's startling. By this time, Brad is now fat, Scott is trim. By simply cutting 125 calories a day, Scott loses 33 pounds. Brad was eating only 125 more calories per day, and he's gained 33 pounds. But the differences are more significant than weight. Scott has invested almost 1,000 hours reading good books and listening to self-improvement audios on his way to work. By putting his newly gained knowledge into practice, he's earned a promotion and a raise at work. Best of all, his marriage is thriving. How about Brad? He's unhappy at work. His marriage is on the rocks. And Larry? He's pretty much exactly where he was 2 years ago, except maybe now he's just a little more bitter about it. So the compound effect is that simple. It can work as much in your favor and benefit as it can work against you. So success is the result of small, smart choices completed consistently over time. The small success habits that are easy to do and easy not to do, such as, let's use the example I've talked about a lot, using my mindset questions as an example. If you develop the good habit of going through my mindset questions every single day, over time, you're going to see some incredible benefits from it. Now, what if you did it 5 days a week? You skip the weekends. Is it going to kill you? No, absolutely not. But you won't see the same results as the person who uses them every single day. It's the easy to do, easy not to do. So now let's continue with Darren's story and show you how, through the power of compounding, a brownie can ruin your marriage. So let's go back to Brad. He has his new TV. His family loves his brownie recipe that he learned from the Food Channel. He loves his own cooking as well, and he eats more than his share, but not so much that anyone even really notices. However, the extra food that he's eating makes him sluggish at night. He wakes up groggy, which makes him cranky. The crankiness and sleep deprivation begin to impact his performance at work. He's less productive and gets discouraging feedback from his boss. He feels dissatisfied with his job, and his energy is way down. He's stressed, so when he gets home, what does he do? He reaches for more comfort food. The overall lack of energy makes Brad less likely to take walks with his wife like he used to do. He just doesn't feel like it anymore. She's starting to miss the time that they spend together and takes his withdrawal personally. With fewer shared activities with his wife and an absence of fresh air and exercise, Brad's not getting the endorphin release that used to help him feel upbeat and enthusiastic about life. Because he's not happy, he starts finding fault with himself and with others and stops complimenting his wife. As his own body starts to feel flabby, he feels less self-confident, less attractive, and becomes less romantic. He doesn't realize the impact that this is having on his wife. And so the feeling of distance, she starts to complain, then becomes needy. When that doesn't work, she emotionally withdraws to protect herself. She's lonely. She pours her own energy into her work and spends more time with her girlfriends to fulfill her need for companionship. During that time, men start flirting with her, which makes her feel desirable again. She'd never cheat on Brad, but he has a feeling that something's wrong. Instead of seeing that his poor choices and behaviors are the root of this whole problem, he starts to find fault in his wife. You see, the small, simple choices that you make will end up having a big impact on your life. And it's up to you whether those small and simple choices, what they are, and if they will either take you to the life you desire or to your disaster by default, as Tony said. So let's look at this. Take a look at your own life. It's the little things, good or bad, that have an impact on everything else that's happening in your life. He started eating the extra brownies, and look at what's happened to their relationship. What in your life are you doing right now that is helping you to get closer to your bigger goals and live the life that you desire? But more importantly, what are the things in your life right now that you need to fix? What are the things that you're doing right now that are the bad habits that are compounding, that are going to bring more disaster into your life? You need to really spend some time and figure those out and find out what they are so that you can make some changes. So these are things, like I said, we're going to start studying this book in my Inner Circle Mastermind. You can find out more about that at jeffheggie.com. But these are topics that we discuss also in my Mindset Secrets course and different things like that. But whether it's this topic or any of the topics we discuss in these episodes, if they're applicable to you and you want to discuss them further, send me a DM or email me at jeff@jeffheggie.com and say I'm interested, because I'd love to set up a free 45-minute strategy session and see if there's things that we work on with these strategies that could help you out. So let me know if you can. If this is useful for you, please share it with someone else. I'd really appreciate that as well. Otherwise, we will see you again tomorrow. Thanks.